Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's Shino, and we're back in Modded to the Magical Max. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. When last we once met, we were working on building some items for our new home using Decor Bazaar mod, and I gotta say, I think this is becoming one of my favorite mods, primarily being because of the additional food storage items that you have access to. The bread box, the meat storage, and I did go out and find me some carrots so I can make the wall veggie storage. Now, what I like about this, if you look at the tooltip, you'll see that it gives a lot of the same values that you're going to see for the storage vessel. You'll have grain, vegetable, and other, and it's listed at 0.13 for grain, vegetables 0.2, and others 0.26 when you're talking about the storage vessel. So it uses the same ones, but you'll see now it specifies for a particular. So in this instance, the vegetable and the grain have swapped places. 0.13 here versus grain of 0.2. So what that means is if we take this, we look at here, it's 1.7 years. And what do we get if we put it into here? 1.1 years. So these specialized storage devices that Decor Mod brings in will give you the best possible rate for storage of your food items. So grain goes best in the storage vessel, but if you look over here, there's also a bread box, and the bread box also gives a 0.13 on the grain, 0.2 and 0.26. So while it's the exact same thing as the storage vessel, if you go to shift and you hit the H to see how to make it, it's just boards and grain. So this is relatively cheap when you consider that you have to do the clay forming, the firing, to get this to become where you can create this a little bit quicker. So I like that. The meat storage is another one that is really good because in most instances, your meat is always going to be stored at a 0.26 decay rate. But using the meat storage from Decor Bazaar, you'll see it actually gives a 0.13 on the protein, meaning that your meat is going to last a lot longer in storage. And again, this is relatively easy to gather. 3 pieces of meat and 3 boards, and you got it. So definitely, this is a great way to look at extending your pantry through using the Decor Bazaar mod. Now, upstairs here, we have been doing a lot of additional work up here, and I've actually knocked this wall out, starting to kind of fill this area in. So our kitchen and living room our kitchen and dining room are just about done. Living room and the sitting room, what I'm going to be calling this, probably going to be the library. These two are done. Hello, what are you doing in here? How did you get in here, you crazy land crab? Go away. And second story, we are starting on it. So we've got the ceiling put in. We've got one of the walls, and we're starting to work on the next wall going across. But this is the size of the house that we're going to be making. This area back here is going to be turning into a porch area. This area on this side also will be turning into a porch area, and that porch will extend pretty much all the way down over here to the edge. It won't quite go all the way out, but it'll go a pretty fair distance out. Very happy with the way this is turning out so far. We still got a lot of work to do here, but we made lots of progress. I have decided also that it probably makes sense to go ahead and set our spawn point. So I'm going to go ahead and set the spawn point to inside this room right here for now. We'll probably end up moving it over to the workshop when things are done. But for right now, let's go ahead and set it right here. So I'm going to stand, point at that block, and there we go. We've got our spawn now set. So if anything happens to us and we die, we'll end up spawning back here inside this nice little safe area. Out over here, I have started working on the next level to this house area here, to our workshop. This is still got quite a bit to do, but is getting closer and closer to being done. We're going to start putting the second house up here in this area, and then it'll be opened up into here. But that means, of course, we have been able to kind of close off the workshop a little bit so that it's not raining on us all the time. Oop, there we go. Let's go down. This episode, I mentioned this at the end of last episode. It's about time for us to start looking towards getting 10 bronze. We have been in the Copper Age for a good number of episodes. We started off in the Stone Age. We've now moved into the Copper Age. And now it's time for us to progress into the Bronze Age. We still have, I forgot to light those up. We still have some time to do a few more things here in the Copper Age, but we definitely need to get into the process of finding and locating 10. And with that in mind, I still notice a lot of people saying that trying to find 10, trying to find silver, gold, iron, halite, all those things are a little too difficult in this game. So I'm going to show you what I've come up with as far as the way that I do it. And I've mentioned this before. I've got a video out that talks about how to the process that I use for finding 10 or to find metal and to use a prospect pick in Vintage Story. And so I'll link that in the description down below. Probably put a card up here so you can see that. So you just click right up here in the corner and that'll take you to that video also. But I'm going to walk you through that process in this episode as well. And we're going to go out specifically trying to find 10. But whatever we find along the way will be just fine. But that's the planning for this episode. We're going to go find 10. Decided probably need to make a couple more tools. So I'm going to show off a few more things from Decor Bazaar. This is the twine storage. It just looks like ribbon up on the wall, but you can store your twine and stuff in here. Just about like using a chest. Isn't it? Not much bigger, better than that. But this little area here, this shelf area, is actually pretty cool. It's also from Decor Bazaar, and these shelves can be, it's not that they can be used for storage, I should say. But what you can do is if you click on the back wall, you can actually put things in here in the framework. Now it won't go. That area is the, what do you call it? The hit box for this item. And so you can't put a storage box in that square, but you can in this square over here. So that's what I've done. This makes for a nice little decorative storage area. I kind of like it. And if you want to change the look of this, you can always do that by right clicking and moving through the different variants like we've been able to with the other items. So we're going to need to make a couple shovels. Take those with us. And let's go ahead and get another sword ready to go. Beautiful. And then I would like to make some candles. I think it's just the wax. That. Make we're just gonna make 2 for now. Cool. And then let's go back downstairs. Should have. Here we go. So we're gonna make another lantern to take along with us. Okay, I think we've got everything that we're going to need to get started. So let's get going, shall we? We're going to start off. There is a little hole right back over here. We're just going to go ahead and probably get our first setting from just right here. Now, typically what I will do is I will find an area that's divisible by 200. And that's where I'll start out at, and we'll start from there. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is we're going to put in a command here that says dot debug wireframe and then chunk. There you go. Now you're going to see it's going to show you the chunk boundaries that we're in. And I kind of like to do that whenever I am looking for stuff. Okay, get started. We do know there's some copper right here, so we're not going to worry about that too much. We're going to hit F. Oh, and that's a good one also. We do not have the command set up for this. Let me hop back over here for just a moment. Get back inside safety. I'm going to have to pull that command back up, put that in, and restart the world. Okay, so one more command we want to put in here. We're going to want to do world config propick node search radius, and I do an 8 is what I set that up at. So that will set, if you don't set that command in the very beginning of the game when you do your config settings, you can change that in game. Now what you have to do though is you have to restart the game. So I will disconnect and be right back. And then once you do that command, you log back in. Now you're going to see you have the node search range set up there. So now we have 2 different nodes for the Propick. That's what we wanted. Okay, let's go. And I just heard a growler. Sure enough, I don't know where he came from, but that's okay. Did he kill himself? Nope, but I killed him. Hee. Nothing. All right, let's get back over here and take a peek at what we're going to do. So again, I like to, oh, I don't have my, so dot debug wireframe chunk. There we go. So I've got that. And then I like to use, like I said, I like to use something that's divisible by 200. And I don't quite have it, but that's okay. But we're going to start here, just kind of get a look. So I'm going to go into the density search mode, and we need to get 3 samples is what we need to get. So I'm going to reach down there and grab that one first. There's 1 sample, and then we'll take this one right here. 2 samples, and then we're going to take 1 from the other side over here. There you go. So you can see we have ultra high. Oh, that's actually kind of nice. Ultra high magnetite in this area. Poor bismuth, and we've got minuscule amounts of native copper. So now we've got this recorded as far as our first level goes. This is where we're kind of got our information from. And I want to go down, I think this direction is where I would like to go prospecting to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head south out of here. We're going to go pretty good little distance. Remember, we're looking for 10. So we're going to come down this way and see if we can find some 10 heading towards the south. All right, we got another little cave here. Let's stick our head in. Let's test this area. Okay, you see we now have a rating that says decent cassiterite. That's good. That's what we're looking for. We want to find cassiterite in this area. Now, 0.14 is a pretty low amount, but since we've got a rating already here of cassiterite, we're going to kind of stick in this area for a little bit and just test some of these other areas around here, see if we get a higher number anywhere. Cool. So what I'll typically do when I want to test the next area is I'm going to dig down into the stone level here. And it doesn't matter. 3 or 4 down does not really matter. And I'm going to dig an area this way. And I usually go, I just pick a spot and go 3 blocks one direction and 3 blocks the other direction. I just need to make sure that my samples are more than 3 blocks away from each other. So then I'm going to start here. I'll pick this spot. And then I'll do that one because we know it's 3 blocks away. And we'll do that one. We know it's 3 blocks away. Cassiterite did not change at all. Magnetite went down. We're now seeing areas of chromium. So we're not caring about the chromium. What we want is the cassiterite. So we're going to keep going until we find a spot where the cassiterite is a bigger number. Okay, so continue down south. This area up here, I did around that. The number really didn't go up any. And again, it was just saying decent. I wanted to find a little better. I did come down and I started finding high, and then I came down and I found a very high. And then also got a rating of ultra high in this area. checking in here. So I think probably right around here, we're probably going to be looking a little closer. It's at a 0.25 on the percentage amount. It's 0.18 there, 0.16. You can see it's higher up in this area. So that's where we're going to go back up to. I am going to go spend the night with a trader, and then I'll come back out. We'll do that again. I'll check these areas around it, and then we'll start seeing if we can narrow in on where it's at. All right, this is actually probably going to be a pretty good spot here. So this is where we got the first ultra high was here, and we got very high. Now we're back into ultra high. You can see here it's 0.26. Now this is getting up to 0.3 in this area. Still 0.24, 0.24. So this is probably going to be a pretty good area to start looking for some tin. I'm going to go ahead and check one more spot over here just to see for sure. But we're going to do that first thing in the morning. It's starting to get a little late. Before we head back over, let's take a look at the map. These are all the areas that we've been testing. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on cassiterite, and it's only going to show the high concentration levels of cassiterite. It's supposed to. It's just showing everything. It's just showing where cassiterite's been found at. Okay. But we can see we had ultra high at 0.31 here, ultra high at 0.27 in this area, ultra high of 0.34 in this area, and then 0.29 here and 0.32 there. So with it being lower here and higher here, lower, I want to say that's probably the chunk that we're going to be finding our cassiterite in. So let's go back over there and see if we can find some tin. Okay, we are back in the hole where we took our sampling at. And you can see that we are at Y level 112. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to probably Y level 110. Right about there. And now we're going to swap over our Propick mode over to this node search mode. And this is where we're going to start kind of testing to look. So we've done a wideband search using the other mode to kind of give us an idea what's in these chunks. We've narrowed down to a chunk. We said, okay, this is the chunk we're going to be looking into. So now we're going to go and start checking at a closer level. So I'm going to test right here. And that is at Y level 110. Oh, I did the wrong one. I need F and density node search. There we go. Let's try it again. All right, that didn't work very well. We're going to go down here to we're going to go down to 100. So I think because I had accidentally started one of the Propick density searches, it's not going to do the node search. So I had to clear that one out. I don't remember that being a thing before, but you know, maybe so. There, 103. That's 100. Cool. All right, let's check here. Still saying 2 more samples. Okay, we got it working now. So I did go into creative mode and swap out the Propick, thinking maybe that there was something wrong with that Propick. I don't know. That didn't work. And then I remembered in the beginning, I had reset the command and I reloaded the game, but I did not reset the server. So I play on a server where I have this game loaded up. This world's located on a server. So that's what was going on there is I had a server and a client side issue that was going on. Bingo. Okay. So now we're working no ore nodes nearby. We're down about the middle of this chunk. That's what I like to do. And we're going to go down. So just to clarify, within Vintage Story, a chunk is 32 blocks by 32 blocks. So we're doing an 8-block check. So we are not able to scan the entire chunk as we go down. But because of the way the ore disc in the game are shaped, they're kind of flat and spread out over distance. Very likely that when you go right down the center of the chunk, you're probably going to hit the ore disc itself. But if not, getting down, within a few blocks of it, usually not that hard to do as you go straight down through the middle and using your node search. So let's go down here to 20 and or down another 20 down here to 80 and we'll check again. Now, the process I use is really meant to minimize the amount of durability that you use for doing the check. So you could definitely do this a different way. You just may end up using more durability, or you may find a way to do it that uses less durability, which I think that's cool too. If you can find a way to do this that uses less durability, hey, let me know. I will definitely check it out. So that should be block 80 right there, right? So let's check that now. Hey, looky there. Cassiterite, medium amounts. Cool. Okay. So we know there's no cassiterite above us, right? We were coming down and said no cassiterite. So now we know that within 8 blocks of this spot, there's going to be some cassiterite. We don't know which direction it is yet. It could still be below us. It could be off to one of these sides. We don't really know. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down another 20 and we're going to see what it says. And you may be asking yourself, why go down another 20? Since you know there's some within 8 blocks, why not just go ahead and start just mining over? And you absolutely could. The reason I do this is because if it is farther down below us, then it's going to get a message that gives us a higher number as we go down here, which tells us that we're getting closer to it. If we get down here and it gives us it says there's no node found, or it says small amount or trace amounts, then we know now that it's up above us. Remember, when you're doing the prospecting, you're trying to solve in a 3-dimensional world. So it may be easy just to look at it and say, oh, I'm within 8, but which direction is that 8? All right, we're going to do one more. And now we're going to check here again. Cassiterite, medium amounts. Okay, so that tells me that more than likely we need to go back up here to 70. There we go. There we're at 70. And now we're going to check. What we're going to do is we're going to mine this direction 3 blocks. 2, 3, and we're going to test on that one. We're looking for the larger number now. That says large amounts. That's good. So we're going to go this way. 1, 2, 3. We're going to check on that one. Medium amounts. Okay. That is a smaller number than that. So that tells us more than likely it's going to be in this direction. We're going to check here. Large amounts. Yeah. So we can almost guarantee that it's not going to be that way. Remember, 8 blocks from that location is where it's going to be at. So it sounds like it may be like right here behind us. So let's clear this area out. and we're going to check it. Very large amounts. Okay. So you see it was medium, large, large, very large. So yep, we're moving in the right direction. What I'm going to do from here is now I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I'll come back out here just a few spots, like right to there. And now I'm going to check this way. Check on that fourth one. Very large. Very large. Large. Okay. So you see what we're able to do here now. We've now narrowed it down. We got very large here, very large there, very large there. So yeah, but it's large over this way. So sounds like it may be right up above us here. Large. Nope, it's going to be down this way. Very large. Very large. What I'm looking for is the outer boundary of it. Where does it not exist at? Aha, there it is. All right, we have our 10. So it says it's medium. So it doesn't sound like it's going to be, it's not high quality, but that's okay. We're going to see how big this thing is. And we're going to mine up as much as we can. We do have a little bit of negative temporal stability in this area, but because of the choices that we've made with our skills from X skills, I think we'll be okay to hang out here for a while. All right, and that's it. That is how you use the Propick. The whole process I use for kind of narrowing down where it's at is kind of doing like a wide sweep from left to right. Once you figure out, which direction you're going to go, whether it's left, right, forward, or backwards, now you can start kind of changing that direction to kind of narrow it down a little bit more. You saw how we went when we went behind the ladders. and started mining, we checked from left to right. And we were able to pretty quickly rule out that it was not to the left of us. So then we went deep into the right and until we got like a lower number, a large. And then that told us now to go back towards the center. So we kind of split the difference there just a little bit, half and half to kind of find which one was best. But once we started narrowing it in to this area, we were checking left, right, and our left, front. And then when we came back over to the right, we're able to see it. But we knew from checking in this area, we knew that we were kind of focusing our efforts to look this direction. So I should, let's see if we got another deposit close by. We're going to check this one again and see, it still says large deposit of cassiterite close by. So we still have more here that needs to be mined out. So probably need to go up just a little bit. There we go. All right, I think we've just about got this all done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use the Propick one more time here on this stone and see if it says, it was saying trace. It still says small. Oh, okay, see, it was one right above it. Clear out a little bit of this above and see if there's any more. No? Okay, let's check it again. Still says trace. Check around some of these edges here just to see. There it is. They follow the contour of the land. So if the land is moving up, then the ore disk node will move up too. If the land's going down, it'll go down as well. All right, let's check it again. One more right there. I ain't gonna complain about it. Come on now. Just a little bit more ore. That's fine. That's fine. Check this one. Still says trace. There we go. No ore node nearby. So we got it all. Cool. All right. Where is the ladder out of here? This way. Right there. Cool. All right. Let's get out of here. All right. Let's get ourselves out of this little area here. Little wolf-infested area. Oh, hey. Look at you. That is an Ent Shepherd, isn't it? Or is that a... That may just be a... We're going to shoot it and find out. Yeah, it's just a normal. Yeah, skeletal remains. We'll take the gears. Throw out some stones. Actually, we'll do that. Eat that. Here we go. We'll take those with us. Cool. Where there's one, there's usually more. Let's see. Any more? Not seeing any. Cool. Okay. Let's get down here someplace where we can see what we've got. We can see around us also. That'll work. All right. So we are not too far away from our base. It's just right up there. So this is where we started off at. This is where we went mining at. So that's where we got our tin from. And how much tin did we get total? We've got 1, 2, 3 full stacks of cassiterite plus almost a half of another one. That's pretty good. What is that? That's a boar. Cool. Okay. Yeah, so that's actually pretty good. That's gonna get us a lot of the tin bronze that we're gonna need for, not the entire series, but to get us started. That's gonna be more than enough to get what we need just to get started off on this. The idea with tin bronze is, we're still gonna be using a lot of copper tools. We're not quite to the point where we want to say, hey, let's go ahead and just convert completely all the way over to tin bronze yet. But we will probably be putting some of our bigger tools, the tools that we're going to be needing the most of, like the pickaxe, for example. Probably going to be putting a pickaxe into tin bronze, making one of those. Sword would probably be something good to have made from tin bronze. And we'll probably upgrade our chest as well. I mean, you might as well. We definitely want to have more storage, so that sounds like a good thing to do. All right, let's get this all put away. Now, we are not going to be making the jump right now into tin bronze. What we are going to be doing, though, is kind of getting everything ready. There's still one more step that I would like to go through before we make that jump to tin bronze. And that's what we're going to do in the next episode. When we come back next episode, we are going to take this little green arrow that you see right here over the 1, and we're going to turn that into a 2 by upgrading to a tier 2 mage. So looking forward to doing that. Hey, thanks for spending time with me. This is Shino, and we will see you in the next episode. Take care.